Weather Tight, Window Nation, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
As you're cheering on your favorite team, leave your home comfort to Carrier. Whether it's keeping your current heating and cooling system running smoothly or upgrading to a new one, your local Carrier dealer has got you covered. Plus, now is the perfect time to step up your comfort game with a Carrier home comfort system. Receive tax credits of up to $2,600 when you choose a qualifying Carrier heating and cooling system. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ask about tax credits, local rebates, and financing available for qualified buyers. Carrier, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Find your local dealer at carriermilwaukee.com.
Chad Schultz, president and owner of Innovative Signs, discusses his experience working with SVA-certified public accountants on improving his company's profitability.
So the SVA professional helped us look at expenses, look at our profit margin, and really dig deep into what's going to make us the most profitable based on our marketplace. SVA is a professional accounting firm. They know accounting. I have a major comfort level with them from a responsiveness level, understanding of my needs, and they are very professional on their end.
To learn more about how we can provide you with measurable results, go to sva.com/profitable.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Are you an HVAC service tech with 5 years or more of experience? Ready to take your career to the next level? Steamfitters Local 601 offers customized training programs designed to help you advance, earn higher pay, and enjoy better benefits. With a clear path to success, you'll get the skills you need for a brighter future. Don't wait. Contact Steamfitters Local 601 today and start your journey toward a rewarding career with more opportunities. Visit steam601.org to learn more. Steamfitters Local 601, keepers of the craft, powering Wisconsin.
Get up! Get out of here and go! Covering the crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
All right, no sweep, no gravy, no movement on the magic number today. The Brewers fall 3-2 in kind of a sleepy Sunday game for both teams, the Brewers and Cardinals. Neither one of them are going to hang this performance in the Louvre, but the Cardinals come out on top and win in this one. The Cubs, they won tonight against the Rays 4-3 over Tampa Bay. They take that series. So the division remains at 5.5, and the magic number remains at 8. The only bit of good news for the Brewers from an October standpoint is that the Phillies also lost today. So they remain 2 games up on Philadelphia for the best record in the National League. Not much happening in this one as the Brewers fall. Jose Quintana has an injury. We'll have more to update on that as well. But if you missed anything, a quick, short highlight recap from this one.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
Brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
Jose Quintana on the mound against his former club, and Miles Mikolas making what feels like his 90,000th start against the Brewers over the years, getting the ball for St. Louis. And the Brewers had a threat in the first inning, and we've seen this so many times from Miles Mikolas where he gets off to a slow start, but the Brewers failed to cash in. They had runners on first and second with 1 out. Collins popped out, and Terang grounded out. A 27-pitch inning bore no fruit. Then in the second inning against Quintana, a bunch of dinks and dives, and all of a sudden, 3 runs are on the board with 40 pitches into the inning for Quintana. And quite frankly, it could have been worse if it wasn't for the Cardinals running into an out on a caught stealing. So it's 3-0. But in the bottom of the second, a leadoff double for Caleb Durbin was left stranded. The next 3 batters would strike out against Miles Mikolas. It was that kind of a day until the 4th when Caleb Durbin took matters into his own hands.
3-2. And a fly ball to the left. This is hit well. Down the line, flirting with the pole. It is a fair ball and gone. Caleb Durbin goes deep, and the Brewers on the board.
Lane Grindle's call. That's his 7th homer of the second half, 11 total on the season for Durbin. Then the Brewers would get right back to it in the 5th inning with the leadoff man, Danny Jansen, finally cashing in on a homer back in his home state.
2-0 pitch. Jansen, a fly ball left center. It is hit well. It is back, and it is gone. Jansen is first as a Brewer, and it's a one-run game. Back-to-back innings with solo homers, and the Brewers are right back in it.
Well, after all that bit of offense from the Cardinals in the second, and those two solo homers in the fourth and fifth, that would really be it for the Brewers and the Cardinals in this one. They both have big opportunities. The biggest for the Brewers came in the sixth. They're into the Cardinals bullpen now. John King allowed 2 singles in that frame. Got Caleb Durbin to strike out, given he was 2 for 2 in the game at that point. Then they go to the bullpen with the righty Jorge Alcala. The Brewers counter with Blake Perkins coming off the bench.
Down a run right now, the 0-1. Perkins, gapper into right center. It's going to be caught by Jordan Walker. And that ends the inning. Walker was fighting the lights, fighting the stands, fighting something. He ends up making the catch. Perkins hit it on a line, but Walker was right there to make the play.
The Brewers would have a chance to give it a ride in the seventh. Churio flied out to the track then. And in the eighth inning, same thing for Caleb Durbin. So it's still just a one-run game. The Brewers get a 2-out walk by Andrew Monasterio, trying to recreate the magic with Sal Frelick.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the ball game is over. Riley O'Brien avenges his blown save from yesterday, closes the door on the Brewers today. Your final 3-2. St. Louis avoid being swept in this series.
All right, so no movement. It's no big deal. Shake her off and enjoy the off day tomorrow. Brewers, they fall, but there are some things we got to glean on in this one, including Caleb Durbin. We got to update you on Jose Quintana and this bullpen as well. Stay with us here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Hey Brewers fans, did you know you can get free tickets to an upcoming Milwaukee Brewers game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? And this month, when you buy 2 windows, Window Nation will give you 2 for free. Plus, you won't make any payments for 2 years. That's right, no interest, no monthly payments, and no down payment. Get 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Catch the final battle of the regular season. The Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. Get in on Fan Appreciation Night and a tumbler giveaway on Saturday the 27th. Close out the regular season with the Crew. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in Wisconsin, so there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit Froedtert.com/cancer.
Analyzing the news from the perspective of those in the field. Hey, it's WTMJ's Adam Roberts. Join me every Sunday at 10 for Reporter's Notebook, where we take a deeper dive behind the biggest stories of the past week, told from the perspective of the reporters, anchors, and news directors making decisions behind the scenes and covering the stories you hear every single day.
Bringing you the story behind the story. It's Reporter's Notebook, Sunday mornings at 10 on WTMJ. This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
No win today, no sweep. The Brewers still halfway through their homestand, or 2-1 record so far here at home. Angels come to town on Tuesday. They fall today by a 3-2 score. Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. If you're looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. They've got a local team here in Milwaukee and know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise in its local decision-making. That's all going to help your business thrive. Experience a unique commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC. With Jerry Augustine now, I'm Dom Cotroneo. Augie, you know, both teams did not play their best game today. quite frankly, the Brewers pitching staff held the Cardinals down for 8 innings. Just a 40-pitch second was the story of the game. And the Brewers offense, they were stymied by breaking balls. They had opportunities, but as we've said before on some of these shows before, you don't get the big hit, you're not going to win. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, ain't going to cut it.
Yeah, Mikolas was Mikolas. He's faced the Brewers so many times, and he took a little page out of Sonny Gray yesterday, using that breaking ball effectively. Sonny Gray really threw the ball well last year when he got in trouble, is using that backdoor breaking ball, changing speeds on it. And today we saw Mikolas kind of use that breaking ball, but he was changing speeds. I call him a back-off breaking ball, where you back off a little bit, throw it a little bit slower, and get a little bit better break. But the ability to locate that pitch on a regular basis and throwing that good high fastball, getting it up in the strike zone, I thought was the key today, knowing how he kept the Brewers off the base.
I call it playing possum for him, because we've seen this from him. The first inning's his worst inning by far. That's when you look at the splits and everything. But for Mikolas, he had 27 pitches in the first. He leaves 2 men stranded. Then gives up a leadoff double against Caleb Durbin. You're thinking, all right back to work, right? Well, strikeout of Bowers, strikeout of Jansen, strikeout of Monasterio to not even get the runner over, to not even have contact. I think that was the story of the game. Less so of the missed opportunity in the first inning. By the way, I do think that ball was a fair ball for Bryce Turang. I know he may not agree with that, but I thought that was a fair ball and a good call by Jeremy Rehack. But the fact that the Brewers didn't meet the game halfway. They were fooled by a couple of breaking balls and didn't try to, do their normal relentless at-bats, and even Pat Murphy admitted as such after the game.
Yeah, when you're out on the mound and you can locate the pitch, your breaking balls real well, and that's what Mikolas did today, and he was able to throw the ball, make the Brewers aware of the ball on the inside part of the plate. When you can get the ball on the inside part of the plate and use that outer half, bring that ball out, breaking ball outside that on the outside, backdooring it, you're going to be pretty successful. But I thought really his success really was he changed his speeds with his breaking ball. He used his fastball effectively. He was effective with his fastball, but really changed speeds with the breaking ball. And sometimes if you call it throwing a regular breaking ball and then backing off and changing that speed, you get him off that front foot. And I thought he did a really good job today. And he used a little bit what Sonny Gray did yesterday by making sure that you throw the ball on the outer half of the plate after going in, make it on the outside part of the plate, get it down in the zone, and you're going to have success, and he did a really good job of that today.
Well, Caleb Durbin got to him there in the 4th inning, his 11th homer of the season. It broke the ice for the Brewers when they were down 3-0 at the time. Caleb Durbin, he goes 2 for 4 today. I'm sure he would trade either one of those hits for getting one with the big opportunity in the 6th inning against the lefty John King, but still, For Durbin, he's got 11 homers as a rookie. He's playing virtually every day at third base as a rookie on a team that has the best record in baseball. He was the guest on yesterday's Brewers warm-up. He had the game-tying double yesterday, scored the winning run. Durbin has found himself in a very important role as the guy to restart this lineup, behind Turang, where he has to provide when he's batting behind Bryce, because back to the 5th spot today for Turang, that when Durbin is able to do this and restart the order, that's what makes this team most dangerous, is when the depth really showcases itself. We're not asking everybody to have a 900 OPS, but when you have nearly an 800 OPS in the second half like Durbin does right now, that's a quality player batting 6th.
There's no question. I can remember going out to see a ball game in spring training, and he was leading off and started the game with a bunt, stole second base, fly ball to right field, and the ground ball, and he scored the run. And, that's what he does. He tries to do the little things in baseball. He puts the ball in play. And the one thing that I really like about what he's done since he's been up here, we can talk about the great defense that he's played. There's no question that he's been really a plus on the defensive side. His approach to strike zone, he knows the strike zone, and he understands it, and he makes you throw strikes. He's not afraid to go deep in the count because he knows you're going to make a mistake. I think what he does as good as any young player that we have on our ball club, he makes the opponent's pitchers make mistakes and make pitches on him that he can really drive, hit the ball somewhere, and he does that a lot. So I just like the way he approaches it. I like the way his at-bats are. He hits the ball to all fields. He takes what he's given, and I'm going to tell you what, knowing the strike zone and the way he runs the bases, he's all out. He's a real big part, like you just said. He's another guy he's like another leadoff guy later in the late part of the order that can do things, get on base, and do some things very special.
And, one of the things that I like about Caleb Durbin is that he's comfortable with 2 strikes, and I think this is maybe his best tool. I mean, league average with 2 strikes is like $1.65 last time I checked. Yeah. I mean, he's hitting 204, and I may not sound like a lot, but now 5 of his 11 home runs have come with 2 strikes. He's got, of his 20 doubles, I believe now, 9 of them have come on 2 strikes. I mean, he's comfortable when his back is against the wall.
Yeah, he does. He makes you throw strikes, and, he has his approach. I just like his approach. He's willing to do whatever he has to do to put the ball in play is what he's going to do, and he's going to battle that pitcher, and he's going to fight off pitches on the outer part of the plate, and then he stays in there. You see him go. I don't know what the number of pitches he takes per at bat, but I guarantee it's up in the 4 and the 5 area, because he just stays there and waits till he gets his pitch, and he hits the ball where it's pitched and puts it in play. He does an excellent job at that, and you look at what he does at the plate, you'd make a mistake on him, and he does what he did today. He got a ball in the inner half of the plate, drove the ball out of the ballpark.
A couple of texts here from Alex in Oshkosh. Oh, well, Brewers just need to keep their heads up. Stay positive. Still work to do with 12 to go. The road to clinching the NL Division Series begins Tuesday night. Back to the drawing board from the 815. Rest. Get back on track. Angels are next, so let's see what chaos happens against them. Go Brew Crew. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620 on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
You have never been to an all-inclusive resort? Well, neither have I. Hi, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi, and this winter, we're going to rectify that. My wife, Kathy, and I have teamed up with Fox World Travel to check another travel wish item off our list, and you are invited to join us. We'll be flying nonstop from Milwaukee to sunny Cancun and staying at the ultra-chic luxury resort Secrets the Vine. This adults-only all-inclusive resort offers unlimited luxury where so much is included. Best-in-class service, gourmet a la carte restaurants, top-shelf drinks, 24-hour room and concierge service, endless day and nighttime activities, and more. Come with us, soak up the sun on the beach or one of 3 sparkling infinity pools. Enjoy sommelier-led wine tasting or explore the Cancun area. You know my trips sell out fast, so if you want more information about the February festivities, contact a travel advisor at Fox by calling 866-GO-FOX-GO or their fabulous website, foxworldtravel.com.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Catch the final battle of the regular season. The Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. Get in on Fan Appreciation Night and a tumbler giveaway on Saturday, the 27th. Close out the regular season with the Crew. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Brewers fall in this one. It's okay. They still won the series. There's an angry texter on the line. Can't believe that they lost a singular game to the St. Louis Cardinals. Nobody has ever gone 162-0, Mark. Nobody has ever gone 162-0. And every team has injuries. Every team deals with stuff. It's no big deal, man. Take a deep breath. Go touch some grass. It's not going to be. It's all going to be okay. Jerry Oxen's here. I'm Dom Cotroneo. I'm not trying to make fun of you, Mark. If you're listening, I appreciate you listening. But hey, man, it's okay. It's okay. They didn't play great. That happens. It's just one loss. And they're already going to the postseason, and they're likely going to have a bye. Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electric. Only in Wisconsin. Do you need the AC one day and the furnace the next? Be ready for whatever the weather throws your way. Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical has an early bird special running out of time on this. $20 off for a furnace tune-up now through September 19th. Book your appointment today at Cider, SEIDER.com. So the news today is that Jose Quintana actually exited this game because of a calf injury. It was a little suspicious that he exited after 4 and only 67 pitches. Pat Murphy described it as that kind of wacky play that him and Jake Bauers combined on to end the fourth inning when Bauers kind of clanked the ball over toward the first base side and then threw off balance to get Quintana covering at first, and that he felt something grab in his calf and he's getting an MRI right now. That being said, if Quintana has to miss his next start and figure out what they have with Quintana, it's a weird start for him because, in all honesty, it wasn't that bad of a second inning. I really feel this way because it started with a broken bat single and then a ball that was in the air forever in left center field that, quite frankly, someone needs to catch. You know, I know you're a pitcher and you feel it needs to be catch. The metrics agree it needed to be caught, whether it would be Churio or Collins. It just perfectly split the gap, but still it was in the air long enough that somebody could have made the play. But then it didn't go Quintana's way with a pitch clock walk, a soft single up the middle, a double steal, an infield hit with Terang misplaying a ball. But that was an 11-pitch battle after an 0-2 count. So it was just a lot of paper cuts, a lot of Brewers-y sort of inning against Quintana. But otherwise, he was as usual himself. What did you make of that second inning?
You know, I just thought that the Cardinals just were able to muscle the ball in good spots. The ball in the outfield that fell between. He went deep in the counts a lot. It just seemed like today that he was just. It just looked like he was a little bit rushed. He had a little bit of problem with his breaking ball in that second inning. Couldn't throw it for strikes. He had a really battle on the inside part of the plate with his sinking fastball that he usually throws very consistently on the inside part of the plate. But the one thing, he was able to make the adjustments and keep the team in the game. But I agree with you. That the second inning looks a lot worse than it was. But I'll tell you what, he kept the team in the ball game. Was able to do it. I just thought today he didn't have as good a command on the pitches that he usually has. He's a guy that you very seldom see two breaking balls that are that far outside. It looked like he was just rushing a little bit, carrying his hand a little bit, and a lot of times that's rushing. When the ball goes out like he does, he really cuts it down and really makes a good pitch with it. So he just missed a couple pitches, couldn't get back in, but then after that he was really good.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his secondaries today, the curveball, the slurve, and the changeup. He combined to only throw 12 strikes out of 28 thrown. Yeah. And then even yet, of those 12 strikes, 4 of them were swings and misses. So it's not like he's getting called strikes or he's getting guys to, be fooled by the pitch. He did not have his best stuff with the breaking balls. In fact, both of his strikeouts today were on fastballs. And when he's not able to mix and match, kind of like what we talked about with Miles Michaelis, where when you have multiple breaking balls and you have things to keep guys off the heater, it becomes a harder time for them. And think about how many broken bats we saw today because they're just on time enough because they're not afraid of anything with spin coming at them.
Yeah, it's one thing out of Quintana that you see is when he very seldom will he throw that many breaking balls not for strikes. He throws them for strikes when he's ahead in the count or he just wants to show a pitch off, and then he comes back with a pitch on. And today he didn't quite have that. He had a little bit of problem with his fastball, I thought, on the inner half of the plate at times. But the sweeping breaking ball, especially in on a right-hander, away on the left, he really had struggled with that. That's just a sign he might have got a little bit of rush or tried to overthrow a little bit.
Yeah, so for Quintana, now we wait on what's going to happen with this calf injury. We won't know until Tuesday. But the other thing about this is that number one, they have Chad Patrick currently in the bullpen who pitched today, which was actually good to see him get into a game again. And number two, they've got Robert Gasser down in AAA if they need another lefty. DL Hall's playing catch, but, I mean, when he comes back, he's only going to be built up for an inning at a time.
That's right.
So the question now becomes, what do you do if Jose Quintana has to miss the rest of the regular season? He probably wasn't going to factor into the NLDS roster just because you only need 3 starters in the NLDS. That being said, he's got time to recover if this calf strain is something of a bother.
Yeah, I hope it's not too serious where he can just taking a little bit of time off and he can hopefully, maybe if he misses one start, comes back at it. I think he can be in a very important part of this ball club going deeper when you go deeper into the playoffs. And what he can do, he's going to keep in the game. He's kind of guy that makes great adjustments on the mound and he throws strikes. And he's the kind of guy that you'd like to have, even if you use him in a bullpen for a little bit. But he's the guy that I think that when you look at him as a starter, he's been that one ingredient that you need a good outing. He's going to come out. He's going to make the adjustments. He's going to do the things you have to do to keep you in a ball game. And I hopefully say that this is nothing too serious, that he can get back. Maybe even if he just misses a start, he gets back and gets a couple starts. We see where we go from there.
I think part of it too for Quintana and the lefties on this team, how it factors in. I think a lot of it is opponent based for the Brewers.
That's right.
Coming into the postseason, right? When you think of a team, there are a couple of teams that really struggle against lefties. Ironically enough, the Phillies are a 500 team against left-handed starters. They're 21-22. The Dodgers are only 20-21 against left-handed starters. So I think, having him available is going to be important. Having Robert Gasser available is going to be important because the Brewers understand you can change the entire lineup just by whose hand is on the mound.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're gonna see this ball club and seeing who they match up against, and that matchup is going to decide how the roster is going to be formed and what they're going to do. And getting that another left-hander out in that bullpen, or if you have Quintana and he starts, is going to really play big because you go with a team like the Philadelphia Phillies. You look at where their strength is on the left. It is on the left-hand side. You go to the Dodgers and you got Freeman and Ohtani. That's where their strength is. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have guys in that bullpen that can match up. And you're going to see I never pronounce it. What do you?
Zastryzny.
Okay, Zastryzny.
A lot of consonants in that.
I call him Z-Man. That makes it easy.
Rob.
But when he goes, it's important that they use him a lot in the next couple of weeks to see where he's at and if he can help this team, because he could play big in that bullpen if you're going up against a team like Philadelphia or the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, Ashby needs help to not be the only middle relief lefty. Koenig's got the 8th or the 7th, depending on what the Brewers need out of McGill and Uribe that night. So, if you can get another fireman from the left side, that's where Zastryzny factors in. That's where Hall factors in to help out Ashby, who has that ability to go multiple innings. One more segment with Jerry Augustine coming up after the break as we talk a little bit about this landscape of the Brewers and this next week and this opportunity to maybe pop some more bottles. We'll talk about that next on 620 WTMJ.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network. Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows, too. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ. Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
Let's do a little buy or sell. It's brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, trust Tony Wendorf and Associates, one of the top real estate teams in Wisconsin and part of First Weber Real Estate Services. They bring faith, family, and a red carpet experience to every home deal. Let's step up to the plate together. WendorfTeam.firstweber.com. With Jerry Augustine, I'm Dom Cotroneo. One thing that I'm buying right now from this team as we look ahead to the Angels coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this rotation will be Freddie Peralta, Brandon Woodruff, Quinn Priester. I'm buying that is going to be the order of the postseason rotation, assuming the Brewers are in the NLDS.
I agree with you. I think you look at the guys, the way they've been throwing the ball. You got Freddie, who's definitely got to be a guy who's going to start it, whether it's him or Woody. Those guys are veteran guys that have pitched in the situation, know what they have to do. I think those are your two lead guys you're going to go with. But how can you not have Priester in a starting rotation in a playoff game? He's just been throwing the ball so well. He understands what he's doing. You had a great interview with him today, just to see the way he talks, his knowledge about going out there and being able to execute his pitches. He knows he's got that good two-seam sinker down when he needs it, but the ability to use his secondary pitches and use them effectively has been huge for him. Now he has the confidence in there. When he goes out there, he has the confidence that he can locate them anytime he wants, when he wants, and how he needs to. And I'll tell you what, that plays big, and you have to have a guy like that in the rotation. He's been throwing the ball so well.
I think he's been phenomenal, and we'll have that audio archived on my Dom Brewers notebook coming up later this evening that you can listen to it in case you missed it from Brewers warm-up earlier today. The other thing that I'm going to sell, though, and this is going to come off as a little harsh, but I just kind of need to put it out into existence right now. I'm selling Jackson Chourio in center field in the playoffs. I don't know if the Brewers are okay with sacrificing the defensive ability of Chourio and leaving Perkins on the bench. Now, what they can do is they can start Chourio in center. Then if Isaac Collins gets his last at-bat of the game in the 6th or the 7th inning, they would replace him with Blake Perkins. Now, the easier way you can make this decision is to Blake get hot with the bat. And he scalded one to right center field today, didn't get anything to show for it. But one of the things that we are going to be watching in these final 12 games is what the Brewers do in center field, because Jackson Chourio, the advanced numbers do not like him in center field, Augie, and sometimes the eye test doesn't either. We know Blake Perkins can handle center, but these final 12 games are going to be finding out, is Chourio going to be your starting October center fielder?
And you see it a lot in playoff baseball. You see it a lot if you look at Perkins, if he's not swinging the bat real well, seeing what he's doing. He's that guy you have to have deep in the game or late in the ball game that you want for defensive purposes. You see that a lot. Once you get into these playoffs, you'll see him after going into that 6th and 7th inning already. They're starting to think defensively, depending on where the game is at, and they're going to make those moves. And you're going to see a lot of Perkins in the outfield. If he gets hot with the bat, that might change it. Might change it if there's certain pitchers on the mound.
Yeah.
It just depends. And what does he best do with the starting lineup for that day? But you've got so much versatility and abilities to change the outfield around. We have a good, strong outfield, all very talented, good outfielders. You can use them in many ways, and I think that's what Murph will do. You'll see him probably making that move. If Chourio's going to be in center field, you're going to see him as we go along now, getting into that 7th and 8th inning, moving Chourio over, probably and putting Perkins in center field. You got to be strong defensive. You win games with your defense, especially late in the ball game, and that's what Murph will do.
I mean, Sal Frelick almost threw out another runner today, and the same thing as yesterday. The ball hit off the runner on the way to third base. Otherwise, that could have been nobody on and 2 outs in that 2nd inning with some bad luck hitting off the helmet. You know, it was quite the series for throws hitting base runners with Durbin on Friday night,
3 days.
and it happened last night, and it happened again today. You know, it's kind of it's like if I had a nickel every time, it's kind of odd that I've got 3 nickels from this.
You're exactly right, but it's known. You just don't run on Sal Frelick.
Yeah.
It's known. They know it now. He throws the ball so well. And you know what? He's so smart. He knows what he has to do. He knows where his abilities are that he can make the best play. He's going to make the right throw and make it best for the team on the defensive side. So, I think right field, there's no problems with there. It's just a matter of how you're going to do it. That center and left field, you've got 3 or 4 guys you can use there. They'll use them to the best, but they're going to go late in the ball game. They're going to go strong defense. There's no question.
Still 12 games to go. A lot to figure out. This text from Danny on the east side. Good news, magic number to 10 to clinch the best record in the National League. And that's technically 9 because of the tiebreaker.
That's right.
The Brewers can end up tied with the Phillies and still be the number 1 seed in the National League. So plenty to look out for. Beating up on an Angels team hopefully this week that's coming to town. They have their head between their legs right now. They are 11-2 to the Mariners. Oof. Yeah, they are getting beat up right now in Seattle. Then they got a long flight over here. The Angels will be coming here at a 69-81 record. You know, sometimes these teams love to be the spoiler. I mean, look at what the A's are just about to finish off against. The A's are about to sweep the Reds in Sacramento. You can't take anybody for granted, but just win the series and good things happen.
Yeah, you have to. You got to go out and play hard each and every time. And, it's like you going back, you play inside the division. Anytime you play inside your division, it means a lot because you want it just a little bit more. Playing the St. Louis Cardinals, maybe they were struggling coming in, they're not going to let you, they're not going to hand any game to you, no matter what the scores are or where you stand. So I'll tell you what, the Angels are going to come in. They're going to come in and try to beat the team with the best record in all of baseball, and they're going to go out and play hard.
Amen to that. Jerry Augustine here on 620 WTMJ. We will talk to you next weekend once again against these Redbirds.
Yeah, we just ditto. We're doing St. Louis, so it's going to be a fun 12 games. We still got a long way to go. Baseball is still exciting. You look at the playoff standings and what's going on. There's so many things that can happen, and the Brewers are involved in it. That's what's so cool about it. First we got to take care of the division, then we got to look at it, see what else is going on. But baseball is really unique now. There's so many things going on. It's going to be pretty special.
I agree. Jerry Augustine, former Brewers pitcher, joining us on 620 WTMJ. We'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Yeah, we'll see you next Friday.
All right. Back with more after this on 620 WTMJ.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC.
Hi, WTMJ's Sandy Max here to tell you about incredible career opportunities with my friends at Three Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman. Three Pillars is ranked best in continuing care, assisted and independent living, and it's a certified great place to work. They're hiring caregivers within their assisted living and memory care communities. Full and part-time day or evening shifts starting at $20 per hour, and you could get more based on experience and shifts. The best part, you'll make a difference in the lives of others every day. Go to threepillars.org and click on the Careers tab to learn more.
Fleet Farm's turning 70, and you're invited to the party. Join us September 12th through the 14th for a shot at over $170,000 in prizes and giveaways. We'll have a different giveaway for the first 500 guests each day. Free water bottles, canned koozies, or hats. Plus, enjoy free hot dogs or snacks while you shop special anniversary deals store-wide. Don't miss our 70th celebration, September 12th through 14th at Fleet Farm. For more details, go to fleetfarm.com/anniversary.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Welcome back. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Let's get to our player of the game. It's brought to you by International Autos Group. Just like the game's MVP, you can drive into the season in style and save up to $10,000 on in-stock BMWs, Audis, Mercedes-Benz, and more. No tariffs, just huge savings. Visit IAMilwaukee.com. International Autos Group, where ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Quick shout-out to Danny Jansen, his first homer as a Brewer, his first homer since July. Also, Caleb Durbin, 2 extra base hits for him today. Loved a stress-free inning from Jared Koenig and Grant Anderson as well. The bullpen deserves a nod of appreciation today, too. But I think the easy pick would be Caleb Durbin for his performance offensively today. Real quick on the lineup today, and there's some negativity in the text line about why didn't William Contreras play? What's up with this lineup? Okay, so for the people that watched the Packers on Thursday, did Micah Parsons play every single snap? Do defensive players play every single snap? No, they don't. And no one asks, why wasn't he on the field and that's 2nd and 15? Like, well, hey, again, the Brewers hope that they are playing deep into October. They hope that starting on October 4th, they're playing virtually every day until Halloween. All right? And you need to make sure that William Contreras is ready to play virtually every single one of those games. I don't see a scenario, assuming health, that William Contreras takes a playoff game off. I just don't see that happening. You can do that in the regular season. and give him the double day off here, right, where he's off today, he's off tomorrow, save his body, get ready to go. Because now this is the last little mini stretch, if you will, for the Brewers where they're going to play 9 in a row with some travel in between. Granted, it's a short flight down to St. Louis, but it's a middle-of-the-night flight because getaway day night game on Thursday. And then on Sunday, day game, but you're flying west to San Diego. And then you're going to play in that rocking environment coming up next week, too. But then you come back and get another off day. So the Brewers are still in very good shape. And then they will earn those 5 days off, I should say, midweek, the final week of September after the regular season ends to hopefully get ready for an NLDS. So lose the battle, but win the war. That's all that the Brewers really care about right now. And again, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That's the story of the game. They could have won this game without William Contreras in the starting lineup. So I just think that sometimes we overreact to a catcher getting a day off in September. Like, come on, guys. Let's tap the brakes. Let's have some feel about this. Give the man a breather. He still caught the second most innings in baseball this season, all while in the beginning of the year dealing with a broken finger. That seems to have healed up pretty well right now and is now, a couple of homers away from a new career high in a season. So put some appreciation on William Contreras. It's going to be fine. He's going to play plenty in October. We're going to hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, coming up next. And then we'll also get ready to preview the rest of the week and some of the series we'll be keeping an eye on despite tomorrow's off day for the Brewers. Murph up next on 620 WTMJ.
We see you out there making the most of every moment, one big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Right now, during our 70th anniversary sale, OmniFilter water filtration systems are 10% off. Rewards members save 15%. And 5 gallons of Blaine's brand premium tractor fluid, $49.99. Rewards members save an extra $3. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit froedtert.com/heart.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
The 2-0 to Fermin is hit off the end of the bat towards first. And misplayed by Bowers and foul territory. Throws to first, and Quintana is there, and they got him.
Just enough of a recovery in time for Bowers. It's our Surfside play of the game. A proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. Paired perfectly with the day at the ballpark in Stockton American Family Field all season long. Unfortunately, that was the play that Jose Quintana injured his calf on, so we will await the results of those MRIs coming up on Tuesday. Pat Murphy talked about that in his post-game presser with the media earlier tonight.
Obviously, that second inning was big for Jose. There was some bad luck mixed in there, too. But what did you make of how that all kind of transpired?
Yeah, I mean, that's the pitcher's nightmare, when you don't quite get the balls, or the balls are hit a certain way and feels like you've got rotten luck, but you still got to make pitches. And I think Jose would love to have that inning back. And then we had opportunities there. We had opportunities and, didn't come up with a big hit again. It's disappointing because every game means a bunch, and but our Jose leaving with a calf injury is, that's alarming with how injured we already are in the bullpen and on the mound. So that's it's unfortunate. But the guys that did come in, Ashby, Anderson, Patrick, Koenig, kept us in the game. So there's that beat up bullpen kept us in the game, and we just didn't come up with a big hit. And then you got to credit the other team too sometimes. Michaelis is a very experienced starting pitcher. He's pitched against us many, many times, knows us well, and pitched well.
Was that on the comebacker, the injury, or was that?
No, I think it was more on covering first. Yeah,
covering first. Any
calf injury? He's getting an MRI right now.
Okay.
He left in a boot, so.
Talk about that bad luck. Perkins, that liner he hit in the one inning, coming off the bat, you think that was? Certainly seemed like he got on.
Perkins kind of quietly had rotten luck lately, but glad he's on our team. I respect him.
Between some of the outs in the air today, a little more strikeouts than we're used to seeing, did this just kind of have the feel of an uncharacteristic day for the offense?
I think it was. I mean, we didn't do a lot to pressure them, but you got to credit them too. Michaelis knows what he's doing. He knows how to pitch, just like Sonny does. So we have to be able to take advantage of that. Yeah.
How about Danny Jansen? First homer, obviously, but with William catching so many days, and the backup here obviously knows that his role is going to be limited. What have you seen from Danny, and how impressed have you been just with the body work he's put forth?
Yeah, I think Danny's been really good. His the type of teammate he is, first and foremost, accepting this role as a backup catcher. He's been kind of a 50-50 guy for a lot of teams, and he's been a starter in his career. So this is a little bit new for him. Anybody that catches behind William doesn't catch very much. But I thought he did a nice job handling the staff. He works really hard. Came up with a big home run today and got on base another time. So you can't ask for much more than that.
How about Caleb again today? Double on a home run for Durbin.
Hey, he's a good player. He smashed another ball at the end there too. He's a good player. He's coming into his own. A rookie coming into his own. Again, that's the thing when, the fans get frustrated. They think it's easy. You know what I mean? The guy does it one time. They think he can do it every time. Well, Cheerio can't hit homers every time, but he took some good passes up there and balls didn't quite go. But you got to credit the other team too.
One of those days for the Brewers, just not quite enough. Not something to freak out about. But let's preview the Angels series with our pitching matchups up ahead as the Halos come to town. Some old AL foes, shades of 82. Back after this on 620 WTMJ.
Elevate your escape at Audi North Shore and Audi Milwaukee, where you can save up to $30,000 on a new Audi or get low 0.99% financing for 72 months. At Audi North Shore in Brown Deer and Audi Milwaukee, members of the International Autos Group, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. On select in-stock new units. Savings include customer credit and dealer credit. Financing with approved credit. $1,431 per month for $1,000 financed. No down payment required.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry. I love Guthrie and Fry. I've got their water softener, the salt delivered right to the basement. Their RO system, which filters the water in our house. What we drink, what we cook with, is crisp, clean, clear. It's Guthrie and Fry water conditionings, the best in the business. They also provide well pump system service, routine service, and emergency service for when you need it. They've been doing that since 1974. At Guthrie and Fry, they know that better water makes a big difference. The teams I trust are at Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right. at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings. What's coming up for the crew? This is your window to what's ahead. Brought to you by Window Nation.
So looking ahead to the Angels series, again, all-night game starting on Tuesday, 6:40. Freddie Peralta gets the ball on Tuesday. Caden Dana will be the scheduled starter, only making his 6th big league start. It has not been pretty so far for the rookie. Then on Wednesday, the Brewers will send Brandon Woodruff to the mound after 9 days off against Jose Soriano, who's had a ton of ground balls and strikeouts, a rare mix for him. 10-10, a 4.13 ERA. And then Thursday wraps up with Quinn Priester, our pregame guest today, against Yusei Kikuchi, going up for the Angels, the southpaw for them. Then the Brewers head back to St. Louis for a 3-game set. Meanwhile, the Cubs, they are headed to Pittsburgh right now, starting off a 3-game series with the Pirates. They will get Braxton Ashcraft tomorrow, and then they will get Paul Skeens, if I'm not mistaken, on Tuesday. Yes, they will. That's a great matchup. Cade Horton and Paul Skeens on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Matthew Boyd and Johan Oviedo. So they're seeing the front end of the Pirates rotation coming up this week. Then the Cubs are on the road for the Cincinnati Reds, who, again, I told you they were dead 2 weeks ago, and they are about to be swept by the Sacramento A's here today, 7-4 in that one. Other games that matter for the Brewers in a moment. First, I want to thank our friends at Window Nation. Right now, you can buy 2 windows and get 2 free, plus no payments for 2 years. You can get free tickets to a Brewers game as well when you replace all the windows in your home. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now. Brewers magic number, that's 8, and it's a perfect time to take advantage of Window Nation's playoff special. So, as for the other results that matter to the Brewers today, again, we already mentioned it earlier, though, that the Cubs were victorious, so the 8 stays put for the Brewers magic number. Other games include the Phillies losing to the Royals 10-3, so they remain 2 games, really 2.5, if you will, up on the Phillies for the best record in the National League. Furthermore, the Mets won on a walk-off homer by Pete Alonso, a 3-run shot in the 10th to finally end the Rangers' winning streak in that one. And one other result that still monitoring in action right now, the Rockies and the Padres are on a barn burner right now. It is 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th, San Diego. That game is in San Diego, mind you. So let's say San Diego hangs on to win that game. The Dodgers are up big on the Giants in the rubber game of that series. So L.A. would improve to 84-65. They would remain 6.5 games back of the Brewers and still be 5 back of the Phillies as they get ready to play a head-to-head series this week at Chavez Ravine. So keep that in mind. But it's still the Brewers waiting on the matchup between the Cubs hosting the Padres if things end today. The Padres are pretty comfortable, currently 4.5 games up on the Mets for that 2-3 gap in the wild card, and San Francisco going to fall back on the outside looking in the wild card with a loss today. And a reminder as well, the Mets have the tiebreaker on San Francisco in the head-to-head matchup. So, shake it off. Enjoy an off day. There's only 2 of these remaining, and one of them is tomorrow. The Brewers will send the front line of their rotation out against the L.A. Angels coming up on Tuesday. Then it's on the road to St. Louis, and then to San Diego. That's going to do it for our program here today. Our thanks to our producer, Evan Wittallison. I'm Dom Cotroneo. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Until then, keep on swinging.